entertainment, current events, and Hollywood. Don't miss Creator to Creators, hosted by the filmmaker Meosha Bean, known for the Shudder hit documentary Horror Noir and the acclaimed film Anatomy of an Anti-Hero, Redemption. This show features interviews with filmmakers and creatives from around the globe. Join the fun with guest celebrities and gain valuable insights. Subscribe now and follow Creator to Creators.
Hey everybody, welcome to Creators to Creators today. Today we have a special guest.
I am Abeeha Shaloom and I'm a psychologist working as a campus counselor at Canadian College for Women, and I'm from Lahore, Pakistan. Yeah.
Thank you. Welcome to the show. I'm excited that you're here. I'm excited to talk to you. I've been on your show.
Always fun talking to you.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure. Thank you for having me on your show. It was great talking to you about mental health and through media. So I mean, I know a lot about you, but our audience, tell us, your childhood growing up and where you're from.
I am from Lahore, Pakistan. And when I was a child, I was very observant and I was, the younger most family member. So I have two siblings elder than me. And, I was always very observant. I was a quiet child. And I used to be very much obedient to my parents and my siblings always. And, I was not a problematic child. I was a very calm child. So when I was 13 years of my age, my mother passed away due to cancer. And it was 2006, yeah. So, yeah, that's sad, but that's okay. It was God's plan, so it's fine. And then when I was 13, yeah, my mother passed away. And after that, my life changed in a positive way and both in a negative way, but I learned a lot from it. After my mother's death, I used to be very quiet. I used to be sad and I used to cry a lot. And my siblings, they were a big support for me. And as I'm an introvert personality, I don't have a lot of friends. So I used to have just one friend with me. She used to be there all the time. And, we were in our high school together. And she used to support me always, like emotionally. And then at that time, I was going through some financial crisis after my mother's death. And then my father, he actually remarried. So that was again a trauma. You have to tolerate a lot of things, and seeing somebody at the place of your mother, right. It's somehow difficult. Yeah, my childhood was until my mother was alive was wonderful. Mm-hmm. I used to be a happy child. I used to be very calm, and it used to be a very happy-go-lucky sort of a person. But after the death, I've been changed a lot. Mm-hmm. And when I was in my when I was in my 11th or 12th grade, at that moment, I never knew that I'm going to be a psychologist. But because, I was going through a phase already. So I started listening about psychologists, psychiatrists, and, here in Pakistan, you cannot choose a subject of your own choice. I mean, if you want to do MBBS, you have to take a lot of good grades. I was just an average student. I wasn't really an intelligent one. So I was interested in human behavior. I was interested in psychology. I was interested in, how people talk to each other and why they talk to each other like that, and what sense they made while talking to each other.
That's amazing that you're so young and thinking like in that kind of mindset. That's incredible. When I was young, I was like climbing up trees and like skateboarding, just being.
Yeah. So I guess the incident of my mother made me really mature.
Wow.
So I used to be the one who used to read between the lines. So, and then when I have decided that I'm going to study psychology, so that was a really great journey. And I was in my high school, and high school is always very exciting.
Yeah.
So, I used to have this best friend I'm talking about. She was with me in my high school, and we used to laugh, we used to study. And at that time, I was exploring myself.
What were some of your interests when you were in high school?
I used to be a coordinator of Psychological Society.
Wow.
I used to be the class representative. And, my friend always motivated me to do such stuff. She was like, you don't know what potential you have. Try it, try it. I was always scared while talking in public, always. And then I was in dramatics. I used to do plays and mimes for my department. And I was into extracurricular always. I was into management, I was into administration.
Yeah.
So it was really fun. I was into music as well, and I was always into dance.
Ah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So dance is always fun. And whenever I get upset and I feel sad about something, there's a weird thing about me. I put on some music and then I dance a lot, as if nobody is watching me.
I love that. I love that. I like dancing too. I do too.
Yeah.
I can't dance, but I like to I don't know.
Oh, that's okay. At least you're taking out all the negative energy that you have through these moves. So
Yeah.
and then I always challenge myself that whenever I used to say, no, I can't do this.
Mhm.
I used to be like, no, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
I have to try this.
Yeah.
This is important for me. I need to explore myself.
I love that.
So I started performing in dramatics and in plays and in mimes.
Wow.
And there used to be dance and acting. And I was in my Sunday school, there were always Christmas plays. I was very excited, I'm going to play this part. So from my childhood, I used to be an actor and a dancer.
Wow, look at you. That's cool.
Yeah, but in my own sense, in my own world, I was an actor and a dancer. I love dressing up just like other girls. And I love designing dresses. Like here in Pakistan, we have this desi fashion, long frocks with dupattas and, with traditional earrings. I love wearing that, I love designing that dress for myself.
Wow.
So this is fun.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So that's amazing. I didn't know that you did the acting and that's cool. That's really cool.
Thank you.
So now, okay, how did you get into the profession that you're in right now? How did you make that transition into that, what you're doing right now?
Yeah, from my childhood, as I told you, I was a very calm person, and I was a very obedient one, and I used to always listen to my brother, my sister, my father, my cousins, everyone. I was a very good listener, and I was a very quiet child, and I used to obey them always. So when I was in my 11th, 10th, 12th grade, so I was trying to figure out what will help me the best person in my profession, right? So I started exploring about different professions.
Nice.
And psychology clicked me really hard. So and I started watching movies and dramas related to psychology, so that I can know more about it, what I'm going to do in my life, how I will practice in my future. So I was in best institute here in Lahore for psychology, and it was the place is more like Cambridge in UK.
Nice.
So the place is beautiful. So the name of that institute is Government College University. So I had the best time of my life there, and I got really good teachers there. They used to motivate us. They used to give us demonstration how to deal with a client, and because I was having this very understanding vibe always, and I was good at listening. So my brother once asked me, why you want to become a psychologist? I was like, I'm always in helping, I have this passion to help others.
Yeah.
I'm always doing it. When I was a child, I was in school, whenever I used to see somebody hungry, I used to give my whole lunch to that person. I used to give my pocket money to that person. And whenever I used to see a person who was sad or going through something, although we were not even friends, I used to just, be there for the person. So that this was in me from my childhood. I remember my brother was like, you will be the best psychologist. Go for it, do it. So that thing really helped me in pursuing that subject, because he was like, you have these tendencies, and this is what I used to do. I never knew that this is the part of therapy actually. I used to do this pros and cons analysis of everything. If I'm gonna do this,
Right.
what are the pros and what are the cons? I never knew that this is actually called a therapy. It's actually a technique, right?
Yeah.
So I was interested in biology and psychology. So I did this pros and cons analysis at this moment. And my scores were really high on psychology. So I was like, yeah, let's do it.
I love that.
So,
is it competitive for women to get into that field? Or is it more mainly?
Yeah, it is, because, this is a field of understanding another individual and listening to another individual and being empathetic. So there are studies. This is not what I am saying. This is, studies usually suggest that females are more empathetic.
Right. Right.
So psychology is a wonderful field for females. And because we are good listeners, we are talkative. Yes. I'm not saying that we are not talkative. I'm just saying that we are more empathetic and we are more understanding. So that's why it's a wonderful field. And then making sense of your own world and making sense of another person's world.
Right.
This is very helpful for an individual. So this is very important to know about our own self and to know about the world or the people you love. So yeah, this was the time when I started doing all of this stuff. Yeah, and after studying psychology, Meosha, I actually knew myself more and more. I wasn't a very confident person when I was in my high school.
No, I was absolutely gorgeous. How do you?
Yeah, this is, and there is, people, whenever people talk to me and they usually say, we are jealous from this person and we are comparing ourselves with this person.
Right.
I usually tell people that, there is no comparison of you with another person in this world, because, you are the only version you have in this world. There is no SX Max, there is no, Max Pro, there is no X series of you. So the only comparison you can build is from your past and your present. That's right. How you are growing, how you're developing. Yeah. What changes are you having in your life for the betterment, and sometimes not even for the betterment. Yeah. So one must compare our own, their own selves with the past experiences. Yeah. We should not live in the past, but at least we should appreciate our own self. Until that time when I was done with my bachelor's, and then I started my MPhil right after my bachelor's. That's so at that time, psychology was not even a passion for me. It was love for me. I was desperate to gain more and more knowledge about it.
Gotcha.
So I always wanted to be a person who used to be non-judgmental. I always wanted to help others, because this is in me. This is almost from my childhood. I used to help others. Right. So this was in me, that I'm going to do something for the betterment of humanity.
That makes sense. Yeah. That was always there that was just your destiny to be where you are, because I totally agree with that. Like I felt like film was always in me when I was young, and I just kept it was a natural progression to go. So I get that. I totally get that. What does mental health mean to you?
This really means a lot to me. Yeah. If you're not healthy and happy mentally, right, your physical health will not work according to your, you will not feel happy. You will not feel, energetic. Here in Pakistan and in overall in world, mental health is still a stigma. Right. We do not treat our brain as a part of our own body. Like, if I'll be having a problem in my hand, I'll go to a doctor and I'll say, I'm having really bad pain here. Because, our emotional scars, they're not prominent. We will always consider them attention-seeking behavior, or maybe we will consider it, oh, we all have this problem, this is not a big deal. Right. So if you are not taking care of your mental health you will not be able to function, literally. You will be stuck in your bed. You will not take care of your hygiene. You will feel worthless. You will feel hopeless. And then later on, you will lose the hope of your life. There are so many suicidal ideation is there, suicidal thoughts are there. People are actually dying due to mental health problems.
That's true.
So we must consider this thing that we are human beings. And brain is the this is head of our body.
Yeah.
So we must consider this head of our body. Let our head to be perfect. If not perfect, then we need to maintain balance between our physical and mental health. If you will be mentally fit, your mood will be perfect. You will feel energetic.
Yeah.
You will be happy working for something. There are days mental health problems exist,
Yeah.
and in a big amount, right? So whenever people say we don't have we don't have any problem, we don't feel sad, this is a natural process, and we all have emotions, and we cannot forget that by saying we are perfect,
Yeah.
nobody is perfect in this world.
Right.
We all have dark days, we all have good days. So that's okay. If you're not feeling comfortable at some moment of time, that's okay. That's
Right.
a part of your life, and that's a part of your process to grow in a good way.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's so true. That makes a lot of sense. I mean, I'm curious, like when it comes to your job, and what's the most important thing that you want your clients to leave feeling after, once you work with them?
Self-pity. We as a human being, we do that. Oh my God, we are so upset. We don't love ourselves. You know, we do a lot of self-pity. I want to actually make my clients self-sufficient, and people don't know about their own self. Whenever in my first session, usually I say this: introduce yourself. They can tell you the name,
Right.
they can tell you the institution they're studying in, the subject they're studying, or maybe the job they're doing, but they don't know what strengths or weaknesses they're actually having, what
Right.
interests they're having.
Right.
So it's very important to have self-awareness. And once we all know about our own self, we are able to deal with our problems in a good way. We can find solutions. So I want to make my clients solution oriented. I want them to leave self-pity. I want them to know about their own self in a best way. People don't know how to calm their own selves.
That's true.
So
That's true.
the basic thing I want to tell them is, whenever you feel anxious, whenever you feel sad, whenever you feel that, our life is going to be dead, destroyed, they must know how to relax themselves. They can ask for the support from family, friend. If they don't have family, if they don't have friends, they must know what is the hope kit they have. What is the purpose they have, for what reason they can live their life. There are so many reasons. And I want to tell them how they should be thankful for whatever they have. Gratitude is a thing which can actually alter our life from a negative person to a positive person. So these things I really want to know, to help my client to know about their own selves.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's awesome. That's great. I'm curious. Do your friends and family always ask you for advice because you're a psychologist? They think you.
Oh my God!
They're like, hey.
Always. It's like, yeah. So there is this joke, which there is this meme also. So this is what I usually tell this to my friends and my family members. That when somebody is gonna come to me and they will say, "Oh, you're a psychologist? Wow." Just read our face and tell us what we are thinking. I mean, we are just human beings, and we studied psychology. Yes, wonderful, but we are not God. We are not having magical powers to know what you are thinking actually. So this is like, okay, you can read my face. Can you read my face? I cannot read your face. Then why you studied psychology? And there is this other myth.
Yeah.
Oh, you have studied psychology? Oh, why? Are you dealing with crazy people? Okay. No, I'm not dealing with crazy people. I'm dealing with normal individuals with mental health issues.
Yeah.
So, okay, so are you getting crazy out of this field? No, I'm not getting crazy out of this field. So, and then they'll be like, okay, give us free counseling. I cannot do that.
Wow.
This
Yeah.
is difficult.
Mm-hmm.
I can only do something which is in my capacity.
Right.
If I will feel overwhelmed, if I won't feel comfortable in my own skin,
Mm-hmm.
if I don't feel that my mental health is stable at this moment, how can I treat another person?
Right.
So, being a therapist, you also need to set boundaries, to whom you are going to. Like, I am not specialized in drug addicts, counseling of drug addicts. So, I will not never take that client. I need to set the boundary for that I'm not going to work with drug addicts because this is not my this is not my domain. So I always prefer to work within my domain,
Mm-hmm.
first of all.
Right.
Secondly, I prefer to set boundaries for my own self and for the individuals I have around me. And I always tell them, these are the myths. We cannot read your face, actually, and we are not
No?
dealing with crazy
No?
people.
Just,
Okay, so and I'm not getting crazy because I'm dealing with such people.
right. Right.
Also, I think you must have read that meme. It's about from therapist to therapist.
I
There is
gotta
this
see it. I haven't
phrase.
seen it.
Okay, so there is this face, a girl, a cartoon basically,
Mm-hmm.
having a very pleasant face, very smiley face, and very understanding aura, creating the cartoon is creating the very understanding aura by facial expression or something, and it's written here therapist, and in the end of the picture there is this cartoon who's making such face, and and it was written here therapist. This
Pretty
journey
good.
from therapist to therapist,
Yeah.
I usually go through this cycle
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah. I'm sure. I'm sure. That's amazing. You have to have a lot of patience for sure with
Yeah,
a lot of people.
yeah. I have started telling people, I take charges for counseling.
That's
Just
great.
pay me. I'm gonna do counseling services because this is my job.
It's your
I work so
livelihood.
I work so hard for this profession, and it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort. Take somebody out of that zone,
Right.
but whatever zone is in the person is going through. So
Mm-hmm.
it takes a lot of time and efforts. It takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of patience to help somebody.
Meosha Bean. Hey guys, pay her. She's great. She's worth the money. Go to her. She's awesome. Yes.
Thank you, Meosha. Thank you. This means really a lot to me.
Which actually brings me to my next question is like, you know, I'm sure after a long day and I'm sure it's a lot of work and it's a lot of hours and you're tired. How do you stay balanced? What do you do? Tell me some things that you do to keep balance.
I do write a lot about my own thought patterns. What is bothering me? How can I overcome such thought patterns? And then, I usually do mindfulness meditation. I usually put some music on and do deep breathing. Really helps me to be focused and to calm my own self and to help my own self by releasing the negative energy that I have from the day. And I usually go for a walk, sometimes not always, because most of the time I have to manage my home as well. So I try to do a lot of walk and jogging, and I do listen to a lot of music, and I do dance whenever I get time.
That's
So
great.
yeah, this is what I do usually to make myself a better person. And yeah, I do talk to my best friends or friends that I have who are really important for me. Whenever I feel that, okay, this situation, I cannot handle this situation, I'm
Right.
going to go talk to my brother, my sister, or my friends, or my loved ones, that, I'm going through this, help me out. Because, it's more like when you have a glass of water, it is
Mm,
filled, and you're taking one sip. Now the water is going down.
yeah.
So then you're going to take another sip, and then there will be a space for another water to come into that cup or glass.
Right.
So this is more like that. When you feel overwhelmed, one must share whatever is going through.
Right.
So this is really helpful. I do that. I do take vacations. I do take holidays.
Good.
You know,
Good.
so that I can restore my energy, and
Yeah.
I can really restore my brain sometimes.
That's good. I'm glad
Yeah.
that you're doing that. That's a wonderful thing. And I'm curious, how's work looking like right now in the middle of this pandemic right now that we're all in?
Yeah, it was a lot of work, first of all, because I've seen a lot of people suffering due to pandemic, and I've seen a lot of uh, close ones, loved one, losing the battle from COVID, and losing the battle due to pandemic. So people
Right.
were losing their jobs, people were losing their life, and all were stuck at our homes. So it was so disturbing for all of us, and the fear, always having this fear, what if we will get the virus, what if
Right.
our family members will be exposed towards the virus, what will happen.
Mhm.
So a lot of anxiety issues were there with almost everybody. So what I did was I started working with individuals through this page. I have started working voluntarily. As I told you, I have this helping nature. So I started this page known as Mental Health and Coping. So through that page, I started working with individuals. I was telling them, I was posting few stuff so that they can work with themselves and they can overcome anxiety and they can stay busy. Then I have started taking appointments through that page, right? And at that moment, I wasn't even thinking about any money or any sort of interest I will get in return, because at that moment, I really feel like helping others. And I remember I used to lock my door and I used to talk to people voluntarily so that I can actually help somebody feel better and feel comfortable in their own houses. And Mosha, we are so much busy in our own life that we have actually stopped talking to each other, to taking care of our own family members, especially our parents. So
Mhm.
that was a time when we all were together at home.
Right.
So I have started telling individuals that, this is the time you will always miss. This pandemic will be missed by all of us later on when we'll be so much busy.
That's true.
So uh, the work was way too much. I used to take online counseling sessions. I used to plan workshop. I used to plan talks on different topics so that I can help individuals. And especially at Kinnaid, I have students, female students enrolled in Kinnaid College for Women. I used to have work pressure from there as well. I used to give counseling to those students who were suffering. And what I have seen in this pandemic was that suicidal ideation or suicidal thoughts were way too much, right? So that was an alarming situation. And then in Hollywood, in Bollywood, there were cases related to suicide. And when we are stuck at home and we are so much connected to Netflix and to the news and to the TV, and when we hear such news, we always think about our own self. What if
Yep.
we are gonna do it?
Mhm.
Because actors and people working in media sector, they are role models for all of us right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're giving us entertainment, which we were comfortable having those entertainment programs just because of you guys,
Mhm.
right? And you guys made all of us busy during pandemic. So that was the best part, you know so whenever you hear some news that people are dying,
Mm.
people are committing suicide, people are disturbed, people cannot leave their house, they're dying alone, even you cannot do a funeral, you cannot go to people who are suffering because of grief. This was a very weird, bad, and I believe heartbreaking scenario for all of us. So at that moment, working with individuals who are suffering due to COVID, or who were having any family member who was suffering due to COVID and facing deaths and grief one by one, it was difficult for me as well. What makes me feel happy and contented is that I used to read positive notes or quotes. I used to watch movies related to, naughtiness and cozy things so that I can feel happier. And I used to read books about positivity.
Mm-hmm.
And then I used to talk to my siblings whenever they were like, oh my God, what if we'll get the virus? I was like, then we'll see later on. Right now, you don't need to panic. This is there, and it's not with us right now. So it's okay. When things will be bad, we can deal with that at that moment. Right now, it's not here. Relax. This was the only statement I used to have, and they used to laugh on me that, how can you be so positive? And
No, I love that. You have to be positive. That's a good thing.
exactly. The spiritual part helped me really a lot.
That's great.
So whenever I used to talk to individuals who are having 24/7 jobs, I used to tell them, set boundaries. Tell your boss that you're going through something. They need to understand the phenomena. It's pandemic. It's, the whole world is sitting in the house. We're locked. It's more like if you are going to send an animal to a cage, the animal will be disturbed. We are human beings. We are social animals, and we all are disturbed.
Yeah, we
So
are.
we need to understand this phenomena.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's great. I mean, and I just curious, what advice would you give to somebody that wants to do what you're doing? Mm-hmm.
First of all, if you think you can actually bear the pain, you can be patient enough to deal with trauma and traumatic events and such people. So go for it, No, I'm just kidding.
Great advice. Great advice.
So yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about something really serious. Yeah, I'm trying to be serious actually.
Okay.
So yeah, if you're actually passionate about helping another individual, and if you're actually passionate about, listening to another individual's story and actually giving them peace inside, it's a great feeling. It's a wonderful feeling. Don't do something if you don't want to do it, or you're doing it for the sake of your family members or your friends. Do that thing which you actually feel you can be the best version in that field, right? So if somebody is studying psychology, first of all, there are so many things you can do in psychology. You can be a good researcher. If you don't want to deal with the people who are suffering through mental health problem, that's okay. You can be a good researcher, you can be a good teacher, you can be an organizational psychologist. You can help people give the best out of their jobs. You can hire people, you can be the part of HR. You can train people, actually you can groom their personalities, right? You can be a counselor just like me, or you can be a clinical psychologist who are dealing with severe mental health issues. So it depends on your own capacity. There are a lot of subfields in psychology. So choose what is best for you. Just don't jump into something because somebody's saying it, or because for a quick look you're actually excited to do it. Yeah, explore it. I would say explore it, experience it, and then decide what you really want to do. And like I said, pros and cons analysis. Always do pros and cons analysis. Always do brainstorming, and do meet professionals. Think about themselves, go talk to them. They will guide you best, right? Talk to your teachers, talk to people who are senior to you, who are studying psychology, or they have completed their degrees. So think about what you can do in this field. Do you want to deal with normal individuals having mild mental health issues, or do you want to become a teacher or a lecturer or a researcher or organizational psychologist, whatsoever? Choose that part. This is the only thing I'm going to say. If you have this vibe that you can help another individual, just don't think about money. I know finances, they're very, very important, but whenever you see a client progressive now, you will feel happy. Whenever my clients visit me after their treatment and they say, it's because of you and you really helped me, the feeling is, Meosha, it's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
my day automatically gets, I feel energetic and I feel like, okay, I need to change another person's life now. So the feeling is amazing. So I think if you think you can be the part of this adorable team of psychologists and psychiatrists, and also, people usually say psychiatrists are bad, because they prescribe medicine and then you eat, have medicines, and then you sleep. No, we are team, right? Social workers, psychologists, and psychiatrists, we all are teams. In few cases, medicine is very, very important. In few cases, you just need therapy. And in few cases, you just need to talk to another person, right?
Right.
So think about it. Just don't, we don't need to make our mental health problems a taboo. Feel free, live happily, don't be judgmental. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. That's wonderful. That's great. And where can people find your stuff and find you on social media? Just for the listeners.
Yeah. You can find my page, Mental Health and Coping, on Instagram and on Facebook as well. I do have a personal profile, but I won't be,
Sorry,
happy giving
guys,
it
you're
to
not
you.
cool enough.
Yeah, I'm going to start an NGO soon, where I'll be helping individuals get
Awesome.
food and get free education. I'll
Awesome.
find scholarships for them. And then I'll be working on the stigma, that is mental health problems. And the foundation is going to be Bridge for Humanity Foundation. So I'm just working on that. So if you guys want to, work with us, I'm going to start a website. I'm really working on that already. We are actually giving. There is this partner with me, an amazing person. So the idea behind this NGO was two people, me and him. So we both are going to start the NGO for food, for education, for women empowerment, and yes, mental health problems. So if you
Awesome.
guys want to donate anything, or you want to be the part of this volunteer team, or you want to, know more about this stuff, you guys can contact me sooner. In like 5 or 6 days, we're having our pages and we're going to have our websites on. Yeah.
Exciting. That's exciting. Congratulations on
Yeah.
that. That's
Thank
really
you.
good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on. It was a pleasure, and it's always great talking to you, and thank you for giving us so much advice and insight in your world. So thank you.
Thank you, Meosha, always inviting me and talking to me all the day. It's amazing, you really give me positive energy and positive aura, and definitely I would. Thanks for inviting me,
Yeah.
and good luck. I'm very happy seeing you prospering, and I always pray for you to prosper.
Oh, thank you so much. And back to you. And ditto, come on. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you
Okay.
guys so much for watching. And always remember to live, love, laugh. Bye, guys.